Oh, I see it. Oh, okay. Are we live now, baby?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me see if I could. My motherfucking face look uglier than normal. That's not a good thing. We touch up my appearance. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I still now I see why how yours was like that little fuzziness. Mine like that now. I feel like
Wow, that's because I'm in control now.
oh shit.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
But what's happening, Joe? How you feel?
I'm healthy, thankfully. I wish I could say the same for my kids, but for my wife, she broke her foot walking into her own shoe.
Hold
Just
on.
process
Yeah, back that up.
it.
Yeah, back that up.
She wasn't running. She wasn't skipping. She wasn't in the blocks coming out for a sprint. She was literally walking into her bedroom, hit her heel of her shoe that was on the ground, and she broke 2 toes.
Hold on. Was the heel of her shoe up against something that wasn't stationary? I'm
So
like,
that's
where
what she
resistance come from
thinks.
to break her
That's what
foot?
she thinks. But like, I don't know. Here's the thing.
You a
You have
little
to
off center.
understand.
You gotta get a little bit. You gotta get centered.
My wife has broken more things on her body than who knows what. I mean, she's
She
played
got brittle.
sports her
She got
whole life.
brittle bones.
Yeah. She's got It's a fireworks show every time we go to the airport, and she has to go through the through the metal detector. She's got plates in her shoulders, ankles. I think one of her wrists. Yeah.
Damn, really?
Yeah. I mean, she played D1 volleyball and played on the USA Michigan team. So she played a lot. She hurt herself a lot. So yeah, this is not a healthy household in my house right now.
Well, you know what? I'm trying to find the show in the group, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I was looking for it too. Let me see here. Is
They got,
there, we're on in all of them, but
shit,
let's see.
I thought I broke my toe hooping earlier this week, but I'm actually decent. But I said I need to chill out because literally every time I hoop now, I'm walking away with another injury. Like I don't like it's getting a bit much. I just I don't want to say it's because I'm old. I want to say it's because I'm out of shape. So I started getting back at the gym.
Yeah,
Man, like I fucking jammed this pinky, right? Jammed
those
it
are the
bad,
worst too.
healed
Because
up.
yeah, like when you're a kid, you could shake them off, but like when you get older, I mean, that whole hand just seizes up, bro.
I jammed this pinky at the knuckle. I've
Oh,
never jammed my finger at the knuckle.
mm,
Like I was probably
mm.
running past somebody and hit it. I didn't even realize I played like 6-7 games in the morning. Then I had a league game that night. When I get to the league game, I'm like, why my finger feel dislocated? Like it ain't attached to the rest of my hand.
Uh,
I'm like, but I
uh,
can make a fist barely. I'm like, damn, I must. Nah,
mm.
somehow my toe, I done jammed my toe. My toe all swole up purple. I already been playing on like a strain growing for like a year. I'm like, gee, I'm out here
Yeah,
bad.
you
And
just
I'm
need to hang
ass.
up.
I'm so ass right now. Like I'm terrible. Dude. Like I know I'm old, but I've been feeling more and more washed every week. So I'm like,
Uh,
God, I gotta get back in the gym and lose some weight. I see people watching the show, but I can't find it. You found it?
no, I can't. I don't see that either. But we'll just
Yeah, I found it in Pardon My Ugly, but I can't find it in the other group.
yeah,
Whatever.
I'm looking at that one.
It's all good. But anyway, how you
Yeah,
feel, Joe? We ain't get to do the show last week. I know you got a few things to get to. You know, we only got about an hour.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna get
yeah,
straight to it.
yeah. No, I mean, good. I think it's the best time of year, man. We're on the cusp of the best time in sports, man. I don't care what
Man,
anybody says.
I love this time of year,
It's
dog.
the,
This is
it's
my
the best.
favorite time of year. You got
It really
basketball,
is.
college basketball. If you into
Yeah,
women, which a lot of people are nowadays, you still got that. You got the NFL draft coming up,
yep,
and
yep,
you
yep,
got baseball just starting.
yep, yep,
So
yep,
yeah.
yep.
It's
No, it's
sports
it's, it's, it's the
crazy
best time
until like
because
June.
after this week, like every basketball game you watch matters. Right? Basically, like that's how it feels, right? It's for something, you know.
Yeah.
So especially college. So yeah, man, it's a good time to be talking about it. That's for sure.
So let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to it. First of all, we're gonna talk about this league real quick because What they got about? They got most teams got about what? Right about 20 games left.
20 games, yeah, so somewhere in there.
20 games left. So let's do a little prognosticating. Okay. So let's pick. Let's pick because it's almost set. Talk about the contenders in each conference and then pick a dark horse.
Okay, let's start in the West.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So who your contenders in the West? Which is gonna be interesting. You got to give me 3 contenders in a dark horse.
All right, I'm gonna go with my dark horse first because of where they're sitting. And this is only because of seeding. It's got to be Phoenix.
Okay.
That's right, because they got. We haven't seen. I mean, I want to say the big 3 for them have only played 20-ish games together.
I probably played that many.
Right. So you're talking about a team that has 3 guys that at any given point in time can give you 35. And that's what they do. There's not a lot of teams that can do that. Right. Like, I mean, you look at the Clippers, Kawhi can give you 30, Paul can give you 30, but then Harden will give you like 12. Right. But you got 3 guys on a team that can get you 80 points. That's tough. You got a big that's mobile, that can move, that can pass, that doesn't have to be stationary in the post with Nurkic. You got guys that can defend on the wing. You got shooting. I think that their bench is going to be their bench and their health are going to be their deciding factors, and where they get matched up. Like if they're 3 games out of 3rd right now, or 3 games out of 4th right now. Okay. So if they move into that top 4 spot, they're going to get a favorable matchup. But
so you got the Clippers, Denver, obviously.
Yeah.
Who's your 3rd?
So Phoenix is my dark horse. My number 3 is going to sound terrible. I like New Orleans.
What?
I like New Orleans a lot. I'm telling you. The way they defend can carry them in the playoffs, bro.
Are you serious?
You gotta watch it. Have you watched them play?
Yes, I'm not impressed. Who the lead dog?
Huh?
Who the lead dog?
Ingram.
That's problem
number 1. Team.
That's problem number 1.
No, Ingram's a dog. No,
he a number 1?
Huh? Yeah.
He's a number 1.
Ingram's a 1.
Man, stop it.
Yeah.
Ingram's a 2. Yeah. He's a number 2 option. He is not a number 1 option. He don't got number 1 option killer in him. He doesn't. I don't see it. I think he had a number 2 on a contender.
On a contender, he would probably be a 2. It depends on. But I think the way that they are able to defend, that will carry them through at least the first round, and at that point it's a toss-up. Because if they get caught with a big team like Oklahoma City or Minnesota, they're in trouble. If they catch the Clippers in the second round, if they catch the Kings, they're going to the conference finals.
So you I said we're gonna disagree early. I like this.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, and then I'm going, and this is just right now.
Okay.
This could change in 2 weeks. Oklahoma City's been playing out of their mind the last 3 weeks.
That's 4 teams. That's 5 teams. You said Denver, Clippers.
No. I got Phoenix as my dark horse. I got Pelicans as my number 3. I'm giving Oklahoma City as my number 2. They've been playing out of their minds.
You don't even have the Clippers in it.
Not right now. No.
Oh.
Not right now.
Oh. Okay.
Not right now. They're not playing good ball right now.
Oh. Okay.
Oklahoma City. I mean, their biggest knock is their youth, right? Like that's Oklahoma City's biggest knock. I mean, right. because they have a 1A, right, for sure, and then you have a Chet who, on any other given team, he's a solid 2, and he's super young, right? And then you look at the rest of the team like that. Everyone talks about how you build a team through a draft and how you build teams that are complementary and build players that feed into other players' skill sets to make them all better. Like Presti has done that for the last 6 years in a way in which he should have a TED talk on how to build a team.
They're not ready this year, bro.
Huh?
I don't think they're ready this year.
I don't think so either. But like if youth is your biggest knock, you can overcome youth. Like that, you can almost use that to your advantage because it's like you didn't know better.
In the playoffs? Nah.
Right? Because you're playing free. Like, I get it. It's a different beast because you got guys who are scheming for you. You got guys who are now just watching soul tape on every single play that you run, trying to get you out of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact that whether or not you believe that they run offense or not. They do, right? But like, I get that, but they have a good coach that understands how to get guys into their spot, and you have a unselfish team.
So you got Denver,
I have Denver
New Orleans.
I'm gonna have Denver at 1. I got
Denver at 1.
Yeah.
Who's at 2? Oklahoma's at 2.
2 is OKC, and 3.
Wow, we disagree. I didn't think we disagree as much. Because I don't have OKC as a contender. I think they're a young team, and maybe next year they're really, even though I know they're the number 2 seed, they might end up finishing number 1. I think because of their youth and experience, what they're going to end up being is what I call a hard out. They're going to be hard to put out the playoffs. But they're going to get put out, and they're going to get put out before the Western Conference Finals. They're going to lose in the second round, depending on who the matchup they catch.
Yeah, it depends on the matchup. It depends on the matchup. Like if they catch, if they could easily catch Phoenix in the second round, then they're in trouble. They catch Phoenix in the second round.
Well, this is who I got. I got Denver.
Okay.
The Clippers. Minnesota. And my dark horse. I want to do Phoenix, but I can't trust the health.
No,
so I'm going Sacramento.
And I thought about Sacramento too. My only issue is who's their 1? Is De'Aaron Fox the 1? You think De'Aaron Fox is a 1-1? Come on.
No.
Right.
He needs a better player than him. But
right.
And funny enough, in the West, okay. So this is how I look at it. We are just put Denver in there because we know what Denver going to do. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like any team in the West other than Denver, to be honest with you.
Okay.
All the teams in the West, to me, are not built like your prototypical championship team. So Minnesota, I like Minnesota. They don't have a third scorer. You know how I feel. If you don't have a third scorer, you're going to struggle in the playoffs. They don't have a third scorer. Okay. I like the Clippers a lot because the Clippers have 3 guys who can kill you. Plus, they still bring Russ. So I got to put the Clippers in there, and they've been fairly healthy. Kawhi been playing most of his games.
That's the biggest thing for them.
They have a ton of playoff experience, ton of veteran leadership. They have 3 guys who can give you 40 on any given night. They have good defensive players on the wings.
You still think Harden can throw for a 40-piece up there?
He don't even try anymore. He's more of a facility. I don't even think he even goes for it, but I think he could if he wanted to be. Honestly, that's not his role anymore.
Yeah.
It's not his role anymore. And they just big enough. They got just enough size because they got behind they got the athletic big. Yeah. So they got enough size to give teams like Denver that they can match up against Denver. And they can go small ball.
I could see them getting Markieff Morris on that.
Yeah,
he just got bought out. Another big veteran.
But I want, like I said, and I think Sacramento was in the playoffs last year. They did well. I think they gave them experience. They got Sabonis, who's been playing out of his mind. De'Aaron Fox is a monster. They got the same problem Minnesota got, and they don't have really a third scorer because Keegan Murray not really ready yet. But they have Monk coming off the bench who can light you up at any time.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think they got enough to make up. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But they have enough to make up for not really having a traditional team. But like I said, they're my dark horse. But honestly, I don't think the West is gonna win a championship. I think it's coming out the East. I really do. I think Denver ain't dominate like they're supposed to. I don't know, for whatever reason, they didn't carry that championship moxie into the season like I thought they would. But they still right there. They may finish with the number 1 seed, but it's just something about them just. Yeah, like to me, Jamal Murray ain't even got no better. He's been the same player for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that I understand what you're saying about how they don't have that moxie, but I think that a lot of that has to do with the demeanor of Jokic, right? Like that's just him, right? So he's just like, I'm here, I'm gonna hit you with 28, 11, and 14, and then we've won, right? And now I'm gonna go home and make some baklava, like whatever, right? Like because to him, like that's just
You know how I know what baklava is?
why
I used to watch Webster. That's the only reason I know what that is. You know what I'm talking about, right? Papadopoulos. The Papadopoulos is always that's the only reason I know what the fuck that shit is, because of Webster. Otherwise, I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Wow. That's
all right. What about the East? What about the East? I'm gonna go first for the East, since you went first in the West.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boston, obviously, number one. Milwaukee. My third team is Miami. I actually think Miami gonna finish with like probably a 3. They might get the 3rd or 4th seed. I really think they got a chance to finish in maybe that 3rd or 4th seed, especially 4. I don't know about 3rd. That's probably far to climb, because they like 5 games back or 20 games to go, but they only half game back at the 4th seed. So I really got Miami in that 4th seed with Terry Rozier coming on. And I thought someone on ESPN today said they got one of the weakest schedules coming into the end of the season. So I really think Miami gonna get that 4th seed. My dark horse.
I'm looking at it here. Their schedule left is like just under 500.
Yeah, lightweight. My dark horse, it would have been Philly if Embiid come back, but I'm gonna have to go with Orlando. And I don't think they got a chance to win a championship. I just like them young boys, but I like Paolo, I like Wagner. I actually think they don't get Cole Anthony enough time off the bench. Yeah. They gonna get put out, but no other team. I don't believe in New York at all. The Cleveland Soft, Embiid going in Philly, Indiana don't have enough. It's really gonna come down to me, the championship between Boston and Milwaukee. And I'm thinking Milwaukee, by the way, just so you know.
Okay.
Even though Boston probably gonna win, I'm going with Milwaukee, because I feel like Dame and Giannis with Doc. Even though I don't trust Doc, I think Dame want it bad enough, and I think all Giannis got to do is just
overcome Doc's shortcomings. Dame will overcome Doc's shortcoming as a coach.
Listen, Doc is a great regular season coach.
Yeah,
I just don't trust Doc.
I like that pick of the Magic a lot, actually.
They got a nice core, bro. Wendell Carter, decent as a big man.
They're all. I mean, they're not as young as OKC. They have just enough, season. Not like true veterans, but seasoned guys. Like Jonathan Isaac's been in the league for six years. Wendell Carter's been in the league 6-7 years.
Wagner been in the league like what, 4-5 years? He's not young.
Has been that many?
I think so. No, his brother, I think, a year older.
I've always liked Jalen Suggs' game.
Do you? I like Cole Anthony better.
I mean, Cole Anthony is more dynamic. Jalen Suggs is a better point guard. He's a better team runner.
I'll give you that.
But Cole Anthony is definitely more explosive, like for sure. Like there's no question about that. I just
think this before we move on. People got to watch out for Miami, dog.
See, like
with Terry Rozier, and if they get Hero back, they will have way more offense than people are used to Miami having. Way more offense, and their defense haven't gone anywhere.
And we talked about Rozier the last cast, and he has been coming on. I just I don't know if they have enough offense. I don't.
What do you mean? I don't. You know how Jimmy does in the playoffs. Bam is a 20-point per game guy. Terry Rozier a 20-point per game guy, and Hero's a 20-point per game guy. Okay,
Rozier's a 20-point per game guy for a Charlotte team, for a garbage team, right? Like he hasn't done it I gotta see it in the playoffs. I could very easily change this after the first round if he comes out and gives you 18, 19 a game, right? But like he hasn't had that pressure of being a guy that's been schemed against in the playoffs. Right. So it's that whole pressure.
They don't necessarily need him to put up 30. Like they have 3 guys. Really, I want to include Bam, who can give you 30 like that, but Porter,
he could.
They right there. Everybody on their starting lineup, with the exception of who they got play, who played P4 for them?
Is
Martin?
Is it Martin? I think it might be Martin. Here,
Everybody with the exception of him can put the ball in the hole, dog. And you know they play D, and you know how Jimmy do in the playoffs.
I get it, but
the last couple of years, Jimmy been a monster there. Caleb Martin at power forward, which I ain't really happy with. And they got the young boy Nikola Jokic, but Miami just always tough, dog. So I just feel like, man, like I think they're gonna give somebody a scare. But ultimately, I think it's gonna come down to championship is Milwaukee and Boston. And Boston probably the favorite because they playing out of their minds. But I just know Milwaukee got that championship. Mox, I know ain't nobody on Boston can stick Giannis.
No. No.
And I think Dame finally have a chance to really win.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give you mine here. So I know you called them soft. I get it.
Cleveland.
I like Cleveland a lot. I really do. They have length. They have scoring. They have two dynamic guards. I really like Mobley's game.
They got two small guards.
I get it, but like they got two small guards that can give you 30.
Facts.
Right. So, and then you have Evan Mobley that cleans up everything, and then you got Allen, who can erase everything that Mobley doesn't get to. Yeah. So their bench, right? But like I think them getting waxed the way they did last year.
Say it right. They got
they did. But I think that is going to be something that they come into the playoffs with a chip on their shoulder to say, hey, this isn't who we are as a culture. So like this is what we're going to show.
Okay, who else you got?
I mean, I'm just going to flip flop. I'm putting Boston at 2. Just because like I don't trust them defensively. I don't. And at the end of the day, you got to match up against Giannis, and they don't have anyone that can match him. Like you said, they have no one that you can just throw on him and slow him down and impede him and keep him from getting to the line 14, 15, 16 times, right? Like that wears on you over 7 games, over 5, 6, 7 games. So, and they're coming on at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming on at a really good time. Now they got to get healthy, fully healthy.
Who is it? This Middleton, right?
Yeah.
But I think Brook back, right?
Yeah, Brook he's been day to day. But yeah, they get back to full strength. And I think that they know that they don't have to push it. Like if they don't get number 1 seed, whatever, right? Like, so they're not going to try to push it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you before we move on. I'm gonna tell you why I really like Milwaukee. They got the best bench.
They have a phenomenal bench.
They have Patrick Beverly.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder. And even Pat Connaughton decent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boston
it's a true 3
ass.
Yeah. Yeah. They got Pritchard.
Horford old ass and the white boy Bruner or Browser or something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and they're only going to go
Xavier Tillman.
Yeah, but they're still going to go 8 deep at most. So
yeah, but they 3 off the bench ain't impressive. You got Horford who old as shit, even though he's still productive. He old as shit.
Yeah,
Pritchard's nice. I don't trust Hauser.
No.
And Xavier Tillman just like a nice big body.
Right.
But
so
Milwaukee got some people come off the bench who can do some things, who can cause some problems. Portis can cause problems offensively and defensively. And we all know Pat, one of the best 3-and-D guys. I mean, he's not a prolific 3-point shooter, but he's actually throughout his career, he like 37, 38%.
Yeah, he's been consistent.
Yeah, and you know how you're gonna play D, and you know he's gonna bring the intensity.
Yeah, you can't drop off, that's for sure. I'm gonna say my dark horse. I know you don't like them. I like the Knicks, man.
I knew you were gonna say the fucking Knicks.
And I get the big contention here is Jalen Brunson a 1. I mean, because what's her name? Not Dawn. Who's the announcer? What's her name? She's phenomenal. I can't remember, but she said that it's going to be tough sledding if he's your number 1 because of his size. And she caught flack for that, but like,
why?
It's true. It's true. I mean,
I don't know if you and I have had this conversation, but I've said for the longest, there are very, very few teams in NBA history where the best player on the team was the point guard that won a
No.
championship.
No.
You got Curry,
Huh.
Zeke, and who?
Yeah.
Was your point?
Like,
The
like,
smallest player on the floor is your best player.
like a smaller point guard. Yeah, a smaller point guard. Yeah,
Smaller point guard, right? 6'4" and under.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't happen, right? Because even your best chance of that happening where he wasn't would have been Seattle in '96.
You got Wade 6'4", right?
He wasn't a point though. He played the 2.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he was the smallest people on the floor. He wasn't the smallest. They had Chalmers, I think, whoever they had running point back then. But no, it was Gary Payton actually. It was Gary Payton. That was Gary Payton. Antoine Walker.
It was him and I think Norris Cole was running the point for a bit there for a minute.
Yeah, but if you're 6'4" and under, it's not very often you can lead your team to a title. Not very
tough for him. I mean, that's what killed the Bulls, right? Like, and it wasn't like Rose was a small point guard. He's not. But like with the point guard being your best player, man, like that's tough. You get a lengthy, 6'7" guy with a 7-foot wingspan that you can just sit on him, right? And not worry about like if he's gonna foul out or not. You're just putting weight on him all the time, harassing him up and down the court. Like that's a long night.
Is that, and if you're the smallest player on the floor, you can only be effective in so many areas. So if I'm 6'7", 6'8", I can probably play the 1 through the 4, depending on who the 4 is. But if you 6'4", you can only play maybe the point guard and shooting guard. Somebody shooting guard 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
So it just really limits your ability to be effective on multiple areas on the floor. So you're the best player on the floor, and you can only be you can't play multiple positions. You can't really, these point guards, at least at today's game, they don't really post up. No. So it's like, yeah, I rarely pick, like I say, Curry is an aberration. Like Curry and Zeke, after them two, like I say, you can throw in Wade because he was 6'4", but it just don't happen very often when you that small.
No.
And then New York, I don't know. I don't believe in Randall. Randall seemed flaky to me, even though I know he put up good numbers, but he seemed like one of them dudes who he just put up numbers, but he's not like a winning player to me. It's great that they pick up Bogdanovic and
I love Jason Hart's game. I like Mitchell.
That's my favorite role player in the league.
Jason Hart he's so good, man. He's so underrated. He's so underrated.
Bulls.
And I forget, like it seems like he's been in the league forever, right? But he hasn't.
He hasn't, but he did the same thing in Portland.
Yeah.
And he played for New Orleans. He will do some of everything. He can shoot. Only thing he don't do is shoot the 3. He do everything but shoot the 3. He get you steals, he play D, rebound, pass. He can even get you, 12 to 20 points a game. But like that's literally one of my favorite role players in the league, dog. Because he can do some of everything.
Yeah, no, I love it.
All right, that's enough basketball talk. So we got some we wanted to get to last week.
Yes.
Which I know you've been wanting to talk about, which is the NIL. Well, it's almost March Madness, but I do want to do the NIL talk because this is changing the game, dog.
And it should have a while ago. It should have,
but it's not. I don't want to say it's changing the game for the worse, but the NIL with the combination of the transfer portal is making this shit crazy.
Yeah, so I can see that, and I think, I'm so glad you said that, right? Because
what up, Marcus?
I think people need to separate the two.
Why?
Because here's the thing, like the transfer portal has nothing to do with what your intrinsic value is to school, sports, team, influence, yada yada yada, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the transfer portal really came about in large part due to the fact of like how kids were fully losing out on years of playing when a coach would leave, when a school would get in trouble for something. And like the team has to suffer the consequences. Like players should have to suffer the consequences because an assistant coach somewhere decided to have an extra practice and not, like so having the transfer portal allowing kids to become eligible immediately is phenomenal for them. Like they can get their year, they can get their years in. They can if now when you start manipulating it because you don't feel like you're playing enough, I don't like that.
Listen, but that's what it is now. You already know. Like I come to this team, dude starting in front of me. I ain't dealing with that for another year. I'm out of here. It's good. Like Caleb Love left North Carolina. He's like the best player.
Hmm?
He left North Carolina. He's like one of their best players.
He was there for 3 years though.
But you wouldn't listen. You just wouldn't think that would happen with the transfer portal. Hunter Dickinson left Michigan. He was their best player. You would think it'd be guys who not getting playing time who have potential that will leave. But it's top dudes who like, I'm just going to go to another team. Like, why did Hunter Dickinson leave Michigan? A lot of success. Hit the tournament every year, on TV, big numbers. What did he leave for?
But he left, Love left for the opportunity to win a title. Neither one of those. Carolina has been ranked periodically top 10 most of the year, so like they were title contenders. Michigan was never a title contender ever.
What?
They were not a title contender last year. They were not going to be this year.
Oh, a title contender. Okay, a title contender.
Yes,
we were a good team. We were. Well,
yeah, but you were not title contenders.
Now.
You were mid tier in the Big Ten.
Oh, you tripping? Oh, you tripping? You tripping?
I mean, so okay, so let's tackle this right now.
Past 16s in a row.
So you think Hunter Dickinson right now on Michigan takes you to more than?
No, we asked this shit. We asked.
Right.
Maybe he saw that.
Right.
I don't know what he saw. He saw the right. Beat up his strength coach. Like I don't know what's going on with Juwan.
Right.
That's
first point. He's like he did one of them Kobe things. He's like, what? No, not with these.
Juwan was a straight Southside shit. Y'all don't know what dude on. He be trying to fight other coaches. He trying to fight his own coaching staff.
Bro,
I don't know what he on. I don't get it.
it.
But I'm just saying, like even with football, dog.
And that's the thing. But the transfer portal has nothing to do with the NIL though. Like they're not hopping in the NIL in the transfer portal because there's all these NIL deals they can pick from. They're going to go try to play somewhere else.
Yeah,
which
but
is fine.
Like, man, you want me to come here? I need 100,000.
But think about it. Like if you're a coach and you leave to go to another school, you don't have to sit out a year to wait to coach. Why do I have to sit another year because I want to transfer and go somewhere where I can get more playing time?
Yeah,
I should be punished, right?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti. I'm not against the NIL, and I'm not against the portal. I'm just saying it's making shit crazy.
I love it.
Think about it. Right. You might have to pay a player. He might not even be shit. He might not even be shit. Like in football, you got they say you got third string running backs want 50, 100,000. Dude, he might even play. And you got to get his man 100. You got to find some boosters who finna get his man 100 racks. Ain't nobody even going, especially in football. You know how easy it is to be a buffed at football. You might even know your name.
Right.
These dudes want paper, and nobody's going to know you.
Right.
And you got to give it to them to field the team.
Yeah. Well, and yes, it is a pay for play, so to speak, because you can, but like the percentages of that happening, right, where guys are being like these big name. We'll just stick to football because basketball's a different story because there's smaller roster spots and bigger names are going different places, right?
Right.
But for football, it's smaller. It's a much bigger pool of guys that are going, right? So, and that money is long, right? It's really long. So it's a matter of how can these guys who are potentially playing and could be players, how can you maximize your own value without losing out on the playing time, without losing out on, what's there? Because I was a walk-on and I know how hard it was to maintain school, maintain practice, playing, all of that. Right. So when you couple that with the pressures of a guy who's like on scholarship, has to perform, and is doing so knowing that like I might not eat tonight. It's hard.
I mean, you might not eat tonight. Food free in college.
It seems extreme. I get it. It seems like it's an extreme, but like it happens. Even at the big schools, it happens.
Listen, I want the players to get their money. I'm all for it. College NCAA been making billions and billions off these players back. I'm just saying the way it changed the game is crazy. And these coaches
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're only talking about football. The biggest impact the NIL has had has been. Think about. I'm a huge Olympics fan. Huge.
Frozen for some reason. Your screen frozen.
Oh, is that better? Worse? The same?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you go.
All right. So I'm a huge Olympics fan. Think about the average age of your average Olympian is in college. They can't and are not allowed to get money for endorsements. They're representing our country. Up until the NIL was passed, they were not allowed to accept any money for endorsements.
I agree.
Right? So, I mean, and this goes back to, I'll never forget this because I watched a story on, there's a guy named Jeremy Bloom. He ended up being a football player for the Eagles, but he was a world-class skier, gold medal winner.
I knew I heard that name somewhere.
Right? He had a huge contract with Seiko and with, a couple other, marketing places. And he was kicked off his team at University of Colorado and was ruled ineligible because in skiing, he had taken this money for his endorsements. Completely unrelated to football, had nothing to do with football. But because he was a world-class skier and was in the Olympics and was given that stuff for an endorsement, he couldn't play football. That's asinine. And that's why the NIL matters for these people, because just to throw a number, let's say 80% of athletes in the Olympics are college age level. They deserve every single penny they can get. Every single one. And it's been a tragedy that it has taken this long because the NCAA has been nothing but just two hands in the pot.
I mean, listen, part of me completely agrees. Get every dollar you can, but some of you niggas some bums. You know what I'm saying? Like, some niggas some bums. Y'all finna get paid. And motherfucker ain't gonna see you on the field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, get your money. I ain't never get your money, Joe. Get your money. I guess I have to be like, Joe, this you gotta pay this bum ass nigga fucking 4-string wide receiving and shit. Hey man, get your money, man. I ain't hating on none of these young kids getting their money because the NCAA, the coaches, they all getting their money. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes, especially when you got the smaller schools who can't really afford.
Oh, they're gonna get priced out. No,
yeah, they're gonna get priced out.
That's the casualty of it. Yeah,
I think with all this NIL shit, I think it's time for some of these. If you can get money anywhere now, you know what I'm saying. If you can get a big enough name. I would just like to see some of these black schools figure out a way to update to I guess it ain't never gonna happen, man. They can't even afford.
Yeah, but that just runs into the capitalism, right? There's the have and the have-nots, right? But then you have guys who, can do it, and then it rolls. I mean, it kind of rolls right into the transfer portal. Like if you've paid this kid to come to your school and play, and all of a sudden he gets beat out now, right? So like now he's in the transfer portal, right? So he rolls right into what you don't like.
Yeah, like people do 100,000, and this Mohawk is ass. So you be hot. He is ass, but he pulling up to school with fucking Gucci this and Louis that. He chilling, and you're like, you are ass. Yeah. So, it's professional athletes that get their money and don't do shit. Look at these spoiled ass kids now. This is what I don't think the problem is the NIL. I just think it's the youth is so fucking spoiled. They so soft. They get more money than ever, and they want to do less than ever. Like a lot of these kids more worried about their brand than they play on the field. But you wouldn't have a brand if it wasn't for the fucking sport you play.
Right. And so I think the way to kind of tackle that is deferral. right? Like, yes, we'll sign you to this, but like if we're gonna sign you to this, it is paid up to a certain percentage. Then after that, it is performance.
Put them niggas on the centers. Your whole contract is centers. Fuck that. Your entire contract is based on whether or not you produce. Let's be honest. Most of y'all ain't going to the NFL or the NBA. You got to produce so you don't get a penny. Fuck that.
Yeah, but all those guys aren't getting NIL contracts. Like the fourth lineman on Alabama is not having an NIL contract.
Shit.
Right. Like I'm talking like a $50,000, $100,000. Like
right, yeah, he gets small money, but he getting something.
Yeah, but so it's like so you never get on the field and you caught $15,000. Oh well, right? Like like there's an Alabama booster that lost that on the way to the parking lot.
Bitch. Listen, I'm cool. Get your money. I don't want to know. Can we talk? Listen, now that you're getting your money, I want to talk about you like you're a professional athlete. No more kid shit. We get the shit on you and dog. You getting paid. I got a philosophy. Anytime you getting paid to do something, you are open to all criticism. I'm like that across the board with celebrities and everything. You getting paid to do it. You are now selling a product. You are the product. No more protection. No more they kids. Fuck that. You get paid. We get the shit on you and dog you like we do to professional athletes.
Yeah. Well, because the entirety around what you're doing is to be a professional athlete. So like there's everything that comes with it. Right? Everything that comes with it.
Listen, I like kids getting their money, man. I just think ultimately, Joe, it just make these kids even more and more spoiled and less hungry, Joe. Like I watched the guys coming to the NBA now and motherfuckers be wanting to sit out and worried about their future and all. It's just they soft as shit. Coach, my brother coaching, he played high level sports. He was in the NFL. Yeah. You can't say nothing to these kids. Man, you $100,000. I ain't watching my language. Fuck you. You paid. If I'm a coach, I'm going to fuck off. You paid now. Now, when you wasn't getting paid and you was busting your ass, you got to treat it differently. Yeah, you got to treat it differently, man. This kid is sacrificing a lot. Now, this motherfucker making more money than he'll probably ever make once he leaves school. Unless he go leave. Like, you going to leave school, you ain't finna make $100,000. No. I would be rougher than ever. I want his shit. Get your money, but the responsibility goes up. Not down. Your accountability goes up because you're getting paid now. You got to produce. I think it should be even more harsh because you're getting your money. And you should get your money. But what comes with money? Responsibility. You got to be held accountable for your production. No more kids. We all professionals now. Ain't no more amateur sports. That shit out the window. Out the window. It's done. These kids now is chumps, though. They soft.
I feel like the issue is especially like if you're coming in as a freshman, right? Like if you're like and you have this bravado and this clout around you, it now puts pressure on because and we all know this, like the jump from high school to college is huge. The jump from college to pro is huge. There's guys who could be 4 or 5-star guys who can step right in and produce. There's guys who are 4 or 5-star guys that need a season, that need to get that ramp, right? They need to understand like what it is to mentally prepare, physically prepare, and get toes wet. And then once they get that, now they're taking off.
Wrong. These niggas getting money for name, image, and likeness, and we don't even know their names.
I mean, if you're a 5-star guy, you know the names. It doesn't mean that you're going to produce right away, but you know the names.
Joe, you know how many 4 5 stars turn out to be nothing when they get, especially in college football.
A lot.
It's less likely in basketball, but in college football, that happens all the time.
I'm telling you, one of my favorite things to do is to go back and look at the rivals, from like, just call it 2003, 2004, right? Like just go back 20 years, 15 years, 10 years.
The top 25 of them good.
Now, I'll say in the last 10, 12 years, that prognostication and that evaluation process has gotten a lot cleaner and gotten a lot better, so it's a little more consistent. But like if you go back, let's just call it starting at year 2000, that first 2000 through like 2004, 5. Oof. I mean, before that, like it wasn't anywhere near the internet that it was before, right? Like it was guys sending in CDs.
I'll be honest, and we can move on. I just didn't imagine it would be like this. I thought the name Image Likeness would basically be guys who had a name would be allowed to go out and make money off their name. So, you know what I'm saying? You a known player, you can now go out and get endorsements. You know, you got your Angel Reese's and, you know, the big time college players. You got your Caleb Williams and guys like that who made a name for themselves. They kill it. But now, like I say, dudes you never even heard of be wanting some money. You're like, dog, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
who are you? Like, why you? Now it's just basically what they was getting paid under the table to come to the school, which they was always getting. Right. Now these motherfuckers, I don't know. I can't hate on it. It's something about it I don't like, but I can't hate on it. I can't hate on it because I always want motherfuckers to get paid knowing it's billions being made off their backs and they're not getting any. So I can't hate on it. But at the same time, professional athletes earn their pay because they went through the grind to get to the pros. They are select few. Like in the NBA, it's only 450 of you motherfuckers in the world.
Right.
I don't care how terrible you are in the NBA, you probably one of the coldest motherfuckers in the world outside the NBA to everybody else. I don't know. Exactly. I just feel conflicted, man. Well, I be seeing all these bum ass niggas talking about they getting money. I'm like, I ain't gonna hear about you in 2 years.
Yeah. So Chris, so what you said there was interesting because you're rolling out like Caleb Williams, Angel Reese. Like these are all people who are upperclassmen who, you're right, have made names for themselves. And that's why I was saying like defer it, right? Like if you have now gotten to a point to where like you came as a freshman, we're signing you to this NIL, and if you reach these thresholds, now your money is this, and this, because you've lived up to this 5-star billing. You lived up to this billing that we had seen your potential, right? So consider it a raise, so to speak, right? Like yes, we're signing to this like base of, let's say that they sign an NIL for, $500,000, right? Your base is 25. So that other 475 now can be deferred over the next 3-4 years. Because like if you come in as a freshman and now you start killing, boom, you're
hourly based on how often you play. Fuck is you doing like that? Fuck that.
Yeah. I just feel like
you get paid by the minute. How many minutes you played last game? 7.
Yeah, but to your point, like giving it to them all up front, it feels like it lessens that desire to like.
Yeah, man.
I've pushed this to get to this point to play the game and to make money. Right.
We're gonna see, bro. We're gonna see what happens, because I was telling my man the other day, and I know Chicago people ain't gonna like this, but this whole spoiled culture shit, I think Derrick Rose started this shit.
Spoiled coaches.
Spoiled culture.
Oh, culture.
Remember when Derrick Rose said, I gotta worry about my knees. I don't want my knees hurting when I'm at my son's graduation and all that bullshit.
I mean,
I hate it when dudes said that shit. I was like, dude, weak ass. Like a construction worker can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like you making $300 million, you getting paid to have bad knees, dog. You getting paid for you to have arthritis when you're 45.
Surgically repair.
Yeah, hold on. Let me ask you a question. You will take a couple surgically repaired knees for career earners of $350 million? I'm just asking. You good with it? You don't mind a little? You don't mind having a little big in on your knees for $350 million?
I'd find a way to manage. Yeah, I'd find a way to manage. I mean, it'd be a longer walk to the east wing of my mansion, but I'd figure it out.
Drive that motherfucker in.
Right. Wheel myself to the east wing.
Let me ask you, let's get out the NIL. What you think of who you got for the tournament? You know, March Madness coming up.
Yeah.
Ain't no favorite. Not this year, I don't think. I mean, unless you finna go with Houston or Purdue.
No, so here's the thing. Like this tournament is one of the most open that we've had in a long time. Last year was open
It's gonna be fun.
a lot. Like last year was wide open. This year is bigger because and I mean, yeah. And so here's the thing. One, I hate to reference Gil all the time, but I'm a
See what
reference
the
Gil.
Rangers?
Yeah, because he talked about how the Europeans have changed the game and yada yada yada, right?
He was wild.
He's not wrong, right? But I say that to say this, right? There isn't a guy in college basketball right now, right? Like there isn't a guy like where you're just like, okay, that dude is going to be the guy that's going to lead a team from here to there and win a title, right? All the next this June in the draft, first six of the first 10 guys who are going to be drafted, you won't be able to pronounce their names.
No, they're gonna be out of G League and they're gonna be from Europe.
Right. So like there isn't any one player where you can be like, if this guy gets hot, he can take his team to the league. To the
Who the
title.
best player in college basketball right now? Men's.
Oh gosh. I mean,
see, just when you did that alone, that just let me know that these niggas ain't shit.
yeah. I mean, like I think the common name you probably get would be Zach Edey from Purdue. But but in truth, he might not even get drafted in the first round.
That's what I was just about to ask you. What you think he going first round? You think he'll go first round?
Bro.
If he don't go first round, that's crazy.
He's a moderately mobile 7'1" big. Right?
Yeah, in today's NBA, you're right. You don't really fit.
Well, here, you know what? Let me pull this real quick.
In today's NBA, he does not really fit.
No, he doesn't. I'm gonna pull up the first mock NBA draft. NBA draft.net is usually pretty good.
I looked at it the other day. It was like two dudes from the G League and the buddy named Sarr out of Perth. Alexander Sarr, something like that.
NBA draft.net has Zach Edey going middle of the second round.
Damn. And he probably the best player in college basketball.
He's probably the best player in the He
averaged 24 and 12.
Yeah, and he'll probably win the Wooden Award, but like,
yeah, you're right.
Right, so like it's wide open. Like, but he's not a guy that you would be like, okay, he can take Purdue to the title because he's also been known to disappear for 4 games. If you have a bad game in the NCAA tournament, you're done. You're going home.
Yeah.
Right. So, but if I had to give you a couple of teams that I like, off the top, I really like UConn. They're really deep. They can shoot. They can defend. They have 3 or 4 guys who are going to get drafted in the top 10 over the next 2-3 years. I like Kansas. They're going to be right there at the end.
Kansas is one of the teams I always pick to lose early. They have a history of losing early.
Yeah, they do. They do. Gosh, it's tough, man.
You don't like Houston?
They're small, man. They got
that.
They shoot the cover off the ball. They do.
Yeah, they got some shooters, though.
They do.
They got like 3 of them who can. They got like 3 guys who can shoot that thing from anywhere.
Yeah, no, and we all know how guard play works in the NCAA tournament, right? I like Arizona a lot.
That's what Caleb at Arizona, right?
Yeah. I like Illinois a lot, man. I
knew you were gonna say Illinois. That's your team.
No, I'm a Gator. I mean, listen. I'm still a Gator through and through, but like I like Illinois a lot. And I mean, there's this metric of like teams that in the last 25 years, 20 of the teams that have won the title have been in the top 15 in total offense and total defense. Illinois is one of those teams. Florida is one of those teams. Florida just beat the brakes. They just beat the brakes off of Alabama at home by 22 and hung 105 on them.
What's Florida ranked right now? They ranked?
They are 24th, 25th, somewhere in there.
I don't even see them in this. They're not in the current rankings.
In the coaches poll, they're 25th, and
Yeah, they are.
They'll move up because they just beat Florida. They were 20 last week and they lost a stupid game.
So you don't think none of the blue bloods can do it? Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina.
I don't like Duke. Duke disappears. Like they don't have enough shooting. I don't think. Baylor's questionable. I like Baylor. Baylor's questionable. They can get hot, and they defend the entire length of the court, man. They really do. I mean, they'll pick you up 94 feet.
What do you think about Tennessee?
Tennessee is really good. It would not surprise me if Tennessee ends up in the Final Four. They're that good.
I got to get my college basketball up. I ain't been watching enough.
Yeah, Tennessee's really good. I don't trust Kentucky. I don't trust Duke. I don't trust North Carolina. North Carolina lost to I want to say they lost to Syracuse 4 or 5 days ago. Like, how do you lose to Syracuse? They're terrible. But yeah, I mean, if I had to give you 3 teams that probably have, in my estimation, have the best chance of winning, I'd probably say Tennessee is in there, UConn,
and Illinois,
and depending on the matchup, I'm gonna say Houston. It depends on who they get. If they get matched up with a big team, that could be trouble for them. A team that can just pound them on the glass. Illinois pounds the glass hard. Kansas pounds the glass hard.
Florida pounds the glass hard. I know they're a good rebounder team.
Yeah.
I forgot Buddy's name, but they got one dude on there who be like that boy. He be lighting that bitch up.
On Houston?
On Illinois.
Oh, Terrence Shannon.
Yeah.
Lefty. Smooth. I mean, smooth game. It's really smooth game. I mean, he gets to his spots whenever he wants. They've got 3 or 4 guys that are tweeners that are, between that 6'8" to 6'10" range that have stupid long wingspans that can all shoot and defend. But I mean, they have those moments. Like they should have beat Illinois. They should have beat Purdue last night.
We're gonna have to do a bracket for money.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
We can do it in both PMU and LoUd and wRoNg. I bet we can do. We do like this $10-$20 a man. I bet we can get a pretty big fucking pool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like last year you got a good pool.
I didn't do a bracket last year.
No. I'm looking at one of the posts here, and someone wrote, in a weak draft, how do you have 45 players in front of Zach Edey? Yeah,
because Zach Edey even though he a big dude, like
but that's the thing.
I mean, he like what's buddy name play for New Orleans, the big man.
Oh, Valanciunas.
Yeah, like he's not even as agile as Valanciunas.
No, yeah, but that's how.
He's stiff.
Yeah.
He's not even Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah, but if you look at it, man, I mean, like look at the state of college basketball right now. Like if you look at the mock draft, the first actual college player that'll be drafted, I guess, might be the kid from Colorado, Cody Williams.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what I heard.
I've watched him play one game.
I haven't seen him play, but I looked at the mock draft like 2 days ago and I'm checking it out.
The other team that has some players, and Kentucky has some good players, but like they're super young, man, and they don't have that like John Wall, Karl Anthony Towns.
There are no killers right now in college basketball. The best players in college basketball are women.
No, there's not a guy where you're just like that's the dude. That's the dude right there. Like that's the dude, right? Like there's no Zion. There's no.
I'm gonna have to watch a women's game because.
No, the women's game. Here's the thing: if I were to say name 3 college basketball players, women's or men's side, you could probably name 3 women faster than you can name 3 men.
Juju Watkins, Angel Reese, and the name old girl out of Iowa.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Right there, done.
And college basketball, I could probably name.
Yeah.
The only reason I can name Hunter Dickinson because he went to Michigan.
Right. You got Caleb Love because he was the biggest guy that probably leave North
He was
Carolina.
supposed to go to Michigan. He committed to
Right.
us first and then changed his mind.
Right, and then after that, yeah, if you're not a guy that's like into college basketball, like there isn't a name that has drawn you to the game at all this season, to where you're like, I gotta watch him play, right?
Right, you see, I bet you he got an. I bet you him got an NIL deal too. See what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
See what I'm saying? That nigga named him. You don't know who the fuck he is.
Right.
Getting paid.
Right, but think about it, right? Like, so like last year you had Brandon Miller at Alabama. Like if he was on, people wanted to watch him, right? The year before that, you had that was probably Chet and Paolo.
Mm-hmm. Miller was nice too. I think Miller was
You had guys who drew, and listen, like there's guys who will establish themselves in the conference tournaments and then the NCAA tournaments, but like going in.
So this sport's going to be so different in 10, 15 years. But anyway, before you shut it down, you know, you got to talk. I mean, we can talk baseball, but fuck that. We ain't got much time. The Bears, G.
Okay. All right. I was hoping we wouldn't do this, but here we are.
We got to.
Okay.
Did we talk about this 2 weeks ago?
Probably not, but we'll talk about it right now.
So before we go, I just need to know, what are you doing with the first pick?
You traded.
You're the GM.
Okay, I'm the GM. I am trading that pick hands down, because here you have to look at the totality of the situation. If you just lift and replace Justin for Caleb, and he walks into that team, is that team 3 games better with Caleb or not? Because 3 games gets you into the playoffs.
This is the argument for Caleb, which I don't want Caleb, but I'm going to tell you the argument for Caleb. You bring Caleb in, he has obviously the rookie contract, and they're saying with all that money you're going to have, you can build around Caleb. And they feel like Caleb is, I guess, you know what I'm saying, a franchise talent. And they say, a lot of times you get the young teams like San Francisco bring in a young quarterback, and because they're not spending, you don't got to get a quarterback 50, 60 million a year. You can fill up your team with other great pieces. So that was what I've been hearing is wise to go after Caleb Williams. Okay, personally, I don't want Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is mentally soft. And then the other thing I was telling people,
is it because he paints his nails?
Huh?
Is it because he paints his nails?
Paints his nails, fucking crying on the sideline to his mama, talking about he going home to cry with his dog. Like, dog, you weren't even in no big time games to be having these big emotions. Like, I see if you lost the championship, my nigga. Like, your team was ass, and this is my biggest problem with him. You in the Pac-10. There's no defense in the Pac-10. That is a light 'em up league. You ain't light 'em up. Who the best defensive team in the Pac-10? Who?
Oregon, probably. Oregon State.
We already know what the Pac-10 do. Spread it out, throw that bitch. He didn't even kill in a you with a wide open offense in a conference that don't do shit but score. Ain't no motherfucking big monsters on defense like in the Big Ten or the SEC where you're going to have to play against these big boys who can dominate you defensively. Every team in the Pac-10 ain't trying to do shit but light it up. You got Bo Nix, you got Penix, you got him. All them teams, light it up. He ain't even light it up. He ain't killed against who?
All right, so here's the thing.
So and you soft. You always crying. You be like one of these little man. You don't fit Chicago. Take that pretty boy shit somewhere to California, dog. Take that big ass shit to California, dog. I'd rather have Justin Fields, who I personally believe been hamstringed by the fact he about to be in his 3rd offense in his 4th fucking year. Now I know they say he was in college. One of his biggest problems was he sat in the pocket too long. You know what I'm saying? He would take sacks. He would still throw a lot of interceptions. And I do get that. I do get that. That may be true. But I thought he played much better last year. He gave Moore had the best year of his career. Fucking Cole Kmet had 700 fucking yards. Like, we got some talent over there, dog. We need a running back. We need a safety and a center.
Okay,
and give me an edge rusher. So I'm with you. Trade that pick down Load up on picks. Give me an edge rusher, a safety, and a center, and hopefully we can get us a running back. And
which is why I think the move is to trade it, because if you think about what you can get, if your goal is long-term health of your franchise and success, that is not built through free agency. It has never been. It will not ever be.
Not
in football. Basketball can be done.
Yeah.
Football cannot be, because you have to build a culture with guys. You have to build rapport. You have to build like there has to be a familiarity within that system of those guys, right? So if you're talking about guys who are in the camp of get Caleb and then go from there, what the holes that the Bears have aren't going to be fixed by one guy.
We actually don't got a ton of holes, though. Did we actually not that bad?
Well,
defensively?
But no, defensively, no. Defensively, we still need an edge rusher, right? We for sure. I still think we need to shore up the secondary.
That's what I said, an edge rusher,
right?
A safety,
and then offensively, we have to find a tackle. We have to.
Like you need a center more than we need a tackle. You don't like our tackles. You don't like our tackles.
Oh man, Braxton Jones led the league, I think, in false starts. I want to say,
yeah.
Like I mean, and then
how old is Braxton Jones?
He's young.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah,
he's young. He's young. He showed promise. G. He showed a lot of promise. We need a center far more than we need a tackle. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Center's terrible.
Yeah, but like But okay, so if we're on the camp of like that we've now gotten Caleb, and then whoever we can get with the 9 pick, now we have to fill everything else with free agency, and hope that they work.
Man, they better trade that number pick for 2.
Whereas if we
2 seconds,
if we trade that pick, right? Let's say we move back, right? Because if we keep Caleb, he's still only throwing to Moore. We have to keep Mooney at that point, I feel like, because he's our second best receiver, receiver.
Mooney's really a number 3 receiver.
Right. He's not a 2, but we have to play him at 2 because that's what we have. Right? I don't know what Tyler Scott's going to do. I like him. I don't know what he's going to do. Right? He's super young, rookie last year. He dropped a wide open touchdown with a plus.
He got potential.
Would
you be mad if we kept the pick and took Marvin Harrison?
At 1? Sheesh.
Marvin, because really Moore is not a number. To me, Moore is not a.
I know
he's not an elite number 1. He's
like
a mid-range, low number 1. So you put Marvin next to him with Moore and Kmet, because I like Kmet. I like Kmet a lot.
That's ridiculous. That to me is a top 5-7 offense.
Marvin, and you know
with Roshan,
with on the intermediate range, but the deep balls,
yeah.
He was slaying that motherfucker, so accurately deep.
Yeah, you run a scissors concept and having him take the post and him taking the seam. Like, what are you supposed to do with that?
Joe, I don't think we should take Marvin number 1, but I wouldn't be mad if they did, because you put him on. You got him at the X.
Yeah. Who was the last wide receiver taken 1 overall? Was it Calvin Johnson? Is he that?
That's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot, right? Like
that's saying a lot. Calvin Johnson is different, bro.
Right. And Marvin Harrison is really, really good. But is he that?
How tall is he?
6'3"? No, he's 6'3". Yeah, he's 6'3", 220.
He ain't 220, is he?
Yeah,
he's solid like that.
Kid. Yeah, he's a big kid.
I think he was that big. I thought he was like 6'1", 6'2", like 205, somewhere around there. He ain't like he had that kind of size on him to me.
They got him at 6'4", 216 listed.
Oh shit!
So
shit.
I mean that's just under. That's just under Megatron size, right?
Like, I'm about to say Megatron was 6'5", 225.
Something like that, yeah. But he was also running 4.3 once.
What Marvin ran? He didn't run in the combine, did he?
Yeah, we won't know till his pro day in 2-3 weeks.
I bet you he run a sub 4.4.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. No, I mean he can't he can't not run. If he doesn't run a sub 4.4, like I mean, then I would really consider trading back. Like absolutely. Like,
Really? Just because you can't run a 4.4?
We need size and speed. We need size and speed. Come on now. We need them both.
You as good as he is, I wouldn't give a fuck that motherfucker run a 4.5. I don't give a fuck. He got that motherfucker. I wouldn't give a shit.
But,
some of the best wide receivers in the league run a damn near 4.5. 4.45.
Yeah,
Maybe not a 4.5, but like a 4.45. Like fucking, I think they said Stephon Diggs ran like a 4.5. Like he ain't the fastest motherfucker in the world.
No, but yeah, he just knows how to get off the line, get separation.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
wide receivers weren't necessarily super speed guys. They just fucking like Chad Johnson. That motherfucker footwork is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, yeah. So here's the thing: what you can garner when you trade that pick for the health of your franchise over the course of 3 years, I mean that's invaluable to me. It's invaluable because you'll have all those guys on locked in at 3-year contracts.
So what do you think we can get for the first pick? Trade it back to who?
Realistically, I'm gonna say we get 3 number 1s.
Nah, hell no. I ain't gonna get it. And nobody even got 3. Oh, you mean like future number 1s?
Yes.
You like a number 1 this year, next year, and maybe 2 years later type shit?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So over the next, we'll call it 3 number 1s over the next 4 years, and probably a second and a fifth, or a second and a player. I mean,
number 1s and a second? That's a lot, G. That's a lot.
It is. Well, it depends. Are we going to sweeten? Are they going to sweeten with a player like we got with DJ Moore? If they're sweetening with a player, then that number 2 isn't there. Then it's a player.
I mean,
right?
You got to look to see.
Let's say it's Washington, right? If it's Washington,
right, you got to look to see who you're going to trade to, because Washington not going to give you that much to move up 1 slot.
No, right, exactly. So they would just move up 1 slot. They'll give us 2 number 1s, probably a third and a fifth, and a player. That's fine.
So if you look at it, Washington needs a quarterback.
Yep.
New England needs a quarterback.
Yep.
I don't know what the Cardinals are going to do with.
No, the Cardinals already re-signed Kyler. Like he's locked. They're not going quarterback, which is why if you're going to move back,
New York just re-signed Buddy, but they're not going to trade for number 1.
If you're the Bears, you can't move past 4 if you want to get Marvin Harrison, because if he's there at 4, Arizona is absolutely taking it.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
So you say trade to Arizona? It'd have to be either Arizona or Tennessee at 7.
Right. Well, so as I was saying, like if you're the Bears and you're gonna move back, you want Marvin Harrison as the Bears, you can't move past 4.
If you're gonna give me the number 4 pick, I'll be happy with your number 4 pick, a second round this year.
You gotta get one out first. You can't give up the number 1 overall and not get first back. You cannot.
Say what?
You can't give up the number 1 overall and not get first rounders back.
No, what I'm saying. So I'll take their 4th.
Yeah.
Give me a second rounder this year.
Oh, okay.
And then give me a future first and a future second. And you can take number 1. So that's 2 first round picks and 2 second round picks. And keep in mind, we trading down to number 4. We ain't trading down far.
For sure.
You wouldn't take that? A first and a second this year and a future first and a future second?
Yeah, I would like. I mean, I'm knowing what they got last year. I would say you have to get a plug and play player in there. You have to.
You gotta get a what?
You have to get a plug and play player in there, like off their roster. There's someone that you can get off the roster that can go right into your system. How we got because let's see.
You're not gonna get all those picks then.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get all those picks then. They're not gonna give you a player that's gonna walk into your starting lineup this year.
Okay, so here's what they got. Here's what they got for number 1 last year. They got DJ Moore. They got 2023 first, 2024.
What was our pick last year? What did we pick at?
We had number 1 overall last year, and we traded back, and we got their first round picks of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first and second round picks. We got their first round pick for this year, second round pick for 25, and DJ Moore. So it's basically what you're saying.
I guess I'm
Is
wrong.
what you're saying plus a plug and play player.
You're right. I was wrong.
So
You're right. That's a lot.
Yeah. So you got to get a player in that deal that you can just, hey, like if it's a tackle, if it's an edge, if it's Arizona, I
don't know their team well enough to know who I want.
Yeah, I don't know who they'd be looking to offload. But I would be fine first and second for the next 2 years, but you gotta get that player that's young enough and that you could plug in, that could be a difference maker.
Man, if we walk out of this draft with Marvin Harrison and a safety at 9, I'll be happy as shit.
I don't see any safety going that high. I would rather go line. Offense or defense.
I ain't looked at the draft. You probably not a safety that high, but it's definitely
I would say a line. I mean, you're probably going to either have the kid from Notre Dame. Any white lineman from Notre Dame is going to be all pro for 7 years, right? So like, just pick one.
Yeah, but they just talking about, was it like Olsen or some shit like that? They were talking about.
Yeah. Well, so Joe
supposed to be a monster.
Yeah, from Notre Dame is Joe Alt.
Oh, Joe Alt.
Offensive line, and then defensive line. You get, I mean, similarly, like you get any defensive lineman from Penn State. You know,
I'd rather go O-line.
Yeah, I would too.
I feel like you can find some defensive linemen later on in the draft. It's a lot of good defensive linemen.
Linemen, like especially defensive linemen, you can pluck 4th, 5th, 6th round, and they'll be productive players.
But typically, when you draft the O-lineman in the first round, typically you usually get some real talent, unless they end up injured. But usually, when you draft the O-lineman, them 10, 12-year players.
Yep. 10-year, they'll see their way on the 4 or 5 All-Pro teams.
Yeah,
like that's what they need. They need something to where he just knows that he is protected, covered.
Fuck this up, I know it.
So
I just feel like they're gonna fuck this up.
I don't. Here's the thing.
We talked about it last time, but before we shut it down, we already at 9:17. I really do feel like Chicago has the worst sports management in all the country.
Oh, collectively, yeah. No, that's a given.
If you combine the Bears, the Bulls, the White Sox, the Cubs.
Well, here's the thing. What other major city has one family running 3 of the 4 pro teams?
What 3 teams? The Rams have only got 2 teams.
No, the Bears. I mean, the White Sox.
Bulls.
Why am I drawing a blank? The Bulls didn't. Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. No, you're right.
Yeah, you don't got a 3rd team.
I gotta stop drinking.
I don't. Say you had me fucked up. I'm like, hold on, the McCaskey's on the Bears. Goddamn it, what we call it on the Cubs?
Or the Ricketts, what they just sold them.
Yeah, the Ricketts. Yeah, I'm about to say, what the fuck Ryan does? He got some backdoor shit.
Yeah, no. We'll talk about baseball next time and how the Cubs will.
He don't even fuck the Bulls. See, that's the crazy part. He don't even like basketball.
No, he
he don't give a fuck about basketball. That man said he would trade all Jordan's rings for a White Sox title.
And he got a White Sox title and then sold the team. So yeah, goes to show how much you know.
I would give any money for somebody to buy the Bulls and the Bears to have some real. Because the only money that McCaskey got is tied to the Bears, which is why they never ever selling that shit. Because they don't got nothing else. But if we had like a Mark Cuban or somebody, dog, like somebody who actually wanted to fucking win and not just because with the Bulls. They know they're gonna sell out every fucking game, so they don't never put no money into the Bulls.
No, it's a major market team with loyal fans. That's like the worst combination possible.
Fucking terrible, man. Bulls gonna be ass forever, dog.
Yeah,
I don't want to end the show on it, but I'll be really thinking about it, dog. We gonna be ass forever.
Yeah, because we don't. Here's the thing: we refuse to be bad enough to tank. Or good enough to spend the money to buy players.
No, we want to Kobe White, Vucevic.
I mean, just look at our last 15. If this is just me spitballing, of our last 15 draft picks, I would say 10 of them are in that 11 to 17 range. Right, like right in the right in the middle of the pack where you can't get like elite talent.
Oh, no. Go back and look through the Bulls drafts and see who the fuck we passed up on the last 5-6 years.
Oh, absolutely. That's a given. Yeah, for sure.
I went through that shit a couple days ago and I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
There was some hoopers in there.
Yeah.
Some hoopers.
Yeah. I mean, even
I thought, man, dog. I'm about to get off this fucking podcast. It's depressing being a Chicago fan, dog.
I'm gonna pull this up.
85.
I'm gonna pull this up just to piss us off, right? The 2020 NBA draft.
Don't do it, man. That shit gonna be depressing, dog.
We took Patrick Williams.
Let me tell you something right now before you say anything else.
We could have had Tyrese Halliburton.
Fucking angry when we drafted him, and I'm gonna tell you why. I never saw him play, but I said if he can't start for Florida State, who has never been a basketball powerhouse.
Nope.
If you can't start for them, how the fuck you a first round lottery pick? Like this, you can come off the bench for Duke. You can come off the bench for Kentucky. Maybe Florida State.
Yeah.
No, the best player Florida State can't have was who? Who the best player of Florida State? Who?
No. I
can't think of a great player out of Florida State. Can you?
Charlie Ward, Bobby Sura.
Great player. They're the best player out of Florida State you can think of
ever. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we picked a dude who couldn't even start for them. And he was a freshman.
Yeah.
No, I was so mad. I'm like, who the fuck is Patrick Williams?
Let me look at this real quick.
Now go look at that draft and see how many motherfuckers that we could have got.
We could have had Tyrese Maxey. Could have had Sadiq Bey. Could have had Cole Anthony. Could have had Tyrese Halliburton.
And Sadiq Bey ain't no killer, but he's decent. He's a nice
player.
Decent.
Yeah. I mean, he's just... Yeah, Halliburton was drafted 12th. 8 picks behind. I mean, I would take Obi Toppin over Patrick Williams.
Okay, now you're going too far.
Stop it. Come on.
Obi Toppin ain't shit.
Yeah, he's better than Patrick Williams.
That's like being the tallest midget.
Yeah, I get it, but still.
Patrick Williams don't even start for us no more.
No, he does not. No, he does not. It's awful. Gosh.
See? You have to get another beer. If you look at don't do that. Don't do it to yourself, dog. Your wife deserves to be sober, man. Don't do that to yourself, man. Shit's terrible, dog. Year after year, dog. I'll be on Basketball Reference sometimes just to piss myself off, and I'll just go to the draft and be like, look who the fuck we could have had, dog.
This is terrible.
Then we had to go through the Paxson era, 18 years of fucking garbage.
It's just terrible.
Terrible, dog. And we're going to continue to be terrible. Like Kobe White is turning into a hell of a player. Hell of a player.
Yes.
Who are we going to put next to him? Did we just re-sign Vucevic?
Yes.
Why?
Because we're stupid.
Why?
Yep.
He's Carlos Boozer. He's Carlos Boozer. He points and rebounds and nothing else. That's it.
I can't.
I think DeMar DeRozan is a free agent, right?
He will be next year.
Not this upcoming season, not after this season.
No, I think next year. I think they let's see.
We're gonna have to deal with this core again. They must, and they don't let Zach trade value.
He's a free agent this year.
Yes, I thought it was last year with us. Last year with us.
Yeah, for sure, because we're not re-signing.
Yes, which means we're gonna bring back Zach.
He's already came out and said he would like to come apart. He would like to stay on, but I'd be pissed if we resign.
If he listen, the fact that he want to stay in Chicago, maybe not like him already. Fuck you want to stay here for?
Yeah.
Why? You at the end of your career, you probably got 3 good years left. You want to hang out in the shy? You must got a bad bitch here or something. Because I don't get it. You want to be a 9 seed for the rest of your life?
Yeah, at best.
Why even bring this shit up, man? I get angry just talking about this. And I look at the Bears. Remember how the Cubs for years can never get a third baseman? Then finally we got a Ramos Ramirez and shit. The Bears ever had a quarterback. Ever. How the fuck have you never, ever had a quarterback? See, look me, my nigga.
Yeah. At some point, the odds of you accidentally getting a guy.
Come on, dog. I remember when we got Mr. Trubisky, I said, no, that's a 5-year setback because you got to give him 3-4 years. And then you got to draft somebody else and develop him. So if you draft a bad quarterback, that's a 5-year setback. That's 3-4 years to see if he can play. And if he can't, draft somebody else.
Yep.
And when did we draft him? After playing 1 year. We passed up on Watson. I think we passed up on Patrick Mahomes, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Same draft.
I'm about to hit my head on this table.
We're going to leave on a high note. All right. See you.
I'm done. It's terrible. Okay, we got to take some more cheery subjects for next week. I'm about to go to Cam and Mason and start talking about players' personal lives.
That's part of our charm. We're gonna end.
Talking about Chicago sports is depressing, man.
We're gonna end every episode angry about Chicago Bears quarterbacks.
Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna delve into these players' personal life and get messy like Shannon Sharp.
Talk about the children.
I'm talking about Cam Newton and why he got 8 kids by 8 women and shit. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. We didn't even talk about that.
He just had another baby, right?
Yeah.
By the comedian chick.
Yeah. I just, like, I don't know. Here's what I just don't get. As someone who lived in Hollywood, and I was in entertainment for a long time, like doing comedy. I worked at Disney. Like, the pool is so small. Like, you know who's doing who with what.
The pool
and I was on the
pool of women?
Huh? No, of like the who you know who's messing with who. Right? So why
they all pass around the same chicks.
Right. That's what I'm pointing. So it's like you know that. You know that she's been with that team, with that, not this person, with that team. She's been with that team. She's been with that.
Listen, right? You know why this happens? I tell people this all the time. As an average person, I think a lot of times we assume that when somebody has a great talent, along with that comes a great personality. So you assume that this singer, this rapper, this basketball player, this football player, you just assume that he's like a ladies' man and he got this great personality, when the truth is a lot of very talented people are lame as shit.
Yeah, douchebags. Yeah.
I'm just being honest. Like, you got a lot of very talented people do not have the greatest personality.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But they're geniuses in their field, whether it's sports or entertainment, artists, whatever.
Right.
Well, then what happens is they start believing that the chicks like them for them. What if like, nigga, you didn't become famous until you was like 23. You ain't had no chicks before then.
Right.
What do you think is you now? like what math is that? You ain't had no bitches in your whole life. Now you got the money and you think it's you. Like come on, this should be terrible. And then they pass around the same chicks. Yeah, nigga, you know how many professional athletes and entertainers are with a chick that been with 15 other.
It blows my mind.
You are of the 1%. You have your pick of the litter. Like I always tell people, you got money, even if you ain't attractive, chicks to listen to your story.
Right.
Why would you go get a chick you dated 8 other niggas in your same industry? Why?
It blows my mind every time.
I'd rather go get a chick who a hoe just in her hometown.
Right.
you might be a hoe in Podunk, Iowa, but only these goofy niggas know. But you find out, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go get a chick that's been hoeing all throughout the Eastern Conference. Like, what the fuck? You fucking niggas on lottery teams. No, I'm good, G. Let me go get these bitches a little unscrupulous in this fucking 3,000 population town. Nobody knows. Even somebody tell her business, some nigga, some ex-boyfriend, he work at the local AutoZone. Who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna be with the bitch that have been on fucking red carpets with 27 other niggas already. No, go get you a badass unknown. Fuck everybody, all these chicks buying their body. Go get you a bomb chick and get you a builder bed, bitch. Fuck, make you rich. You know what I'm saying? What?
Yeah, it just blows my mind.
I I make 30, fucking 40, 50 million a year, and I'm gonna go get a chick that all these other niggas done had.
Right.
Why do I even have money?
Right.
For what?
What's the point? What's the point? What's the point?
What is the fucking point?
Right.
Like I'm good. Maybe because I ain't got no. Maybe if I get money, well, I'm married, so it's too late. But maybe I'd did the same thing. I don't know. I would like to think I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But I would be like, Joe, these niggas bad.
No, but you see, but that's the thing is like you see it. You see it. Like even like when I was there, when I was in LA and I was doing, and I think you know this, but like I had a really good comedy show. Like I had my own solo comedy show in LA. I had my own solo comedy show in Chicago. So like I'm in that life, right? Like I know Tony Jones, like I know Leon and like all those cats. Like, but you see, like once those girls get into that circle. It is just it's and if you don't have the wherewithal to be like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, have a good time with them, but
right,
that's it.
Right,
keep it the fuck.
Right, keep it right here. Keep it right. Really, just that's as close as you get.
It's like what buddy got the hot wing show. Got mad that everybody found out she was the We took her to the Super Bowl. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? You thought you were going to keep your relationship private, and you took her to the Super Bowl, nigga.
They showed Taylor Swift 27 times, bro. Like you're going to get seen.
You tried to keep it on the low at the fucking Super Bowl.
What are you doing?
That just show you that man don't know shit about chicks. Why would you come for the porn star anyway?
No,
what you gonna say? How was work today? Hold on, baby. You got a little cum in your eyebrow. What the fuck, Joe? What the fuck? Like, how do you do this? Like, when she come home and tell you she tired, what you imagine happening?
What are you supposed to do with that? Hey, can you
had a long day? I bet you the fuck did. Goddamn, you probably had a couple long days, motherfucker. Fuck out of here.
Can you rub my feet, babe? Where those feet been? Where are those feet been?
Man, you got something on your shirt, baby.
No, we're good.
Let me get off this shit, man. These motherfuckers crazy. You see what happened? I talk about bear shit. I fucking tell you, I just end up all over the place because I just get delusional. I get delirious. Man. Anyway, man. Hey, good show, man. We're gonna do it again. I want to talk about next week. We ain't talking about nothing Chicago. Fuck that. I'm gonna drink by this time right now.
By this time next week, we'll be in the conference tournaments. We'll be into
my team ain't gonna be in that shit. We're gonna lose first fucking day. Juwan Howard said
Michigan, you guys got no
shit.
No, you guys got no chance. No, we got a backdoor chance of winning our conference. Our conference is wide open. So I'll talk.
Y'all could actually beat Purdue. I think y'all could beat Purdue.
We could, yeah.
I don't think y'all will, but I think y'all can.
No, it just depends on what team shows up that night. So
we'll see. Hey man, all 2 of y'all that showed up today to watch the show. Appreciate y'all. God damn it, loud and wrong as usual. I'm probably wrong about a whole bunch of shit today, but I don't get no fuck. Fuck it. I'm a fucking whole city just wrong about sports. I might as well just fit in perfectly. God damn it, all we do is do the wrong shit. That's Chicago. That's what Chicago sports does great.
Yep.
We the best at doing the wrong shit.
Excellent at being wrong.
Excellent. That's why it's called loud and wrong. We loud as fuck and wrong as ever. Always. That was the perfect title for this fucking show out of Chicago. Goddamn. Dig it. All right, bro. Next week, baby.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good, bro.
Out of here.